Let's see. We're supposed to be live right now, but of course I am skeptical of everything that has to do with YouTube and OBS, especially OBS. OBS has really proven to be a pain in my neck in the last few weeks, something like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I didn't put the game in, of course I did. Of course. Okay, so here it is. No. Still black, white. Okay, okay, that's good, that's good. Here it is, Hearthstone. The game with potential that Blizzard decided to butcher in a way. Who am I kidding? They've done this for a long while at this point. So there's like really no surprise there that they did this. But they offered a few free packs in this dying times, you know. So let's use them. Who knows? So I already entered the open packs thing, and I think I got Prince Ranato from Shadowlands, which was interesting since he has the ability to like, what was it? You start with 40 cards instead of 30, and 40 health again instead of 30. What is this? Start playing with Blade Master Okani secretly. Choose to counter the next minion or spell your opponent plays when this is live. I think this is one of those mercenary guys. I only got into mercenaries just when it released a little. Didn't care much for it after that. If this, or is it? Or some sort of weird golden card am I getting? If this costs less than every minion in your deck, reduce their cost by 3. Oh no, it's a normal card. No? That's it? We have a bunch of cards here accumulated. Some were you receive by opening what was it called? Hearthstone at a time. For example, what's with two like these Barons and Stormwind things? These are technically part of the Fist of Wintervale pack they're doing, and you got like I got like 40 Castle Taria or whatever the name was. I forgot. That's how much I hate Shadowlands. And then these 14 standard ones. So I guess the best option would be to start with these 5. If you know. I think these are for, what was it called again? For mercenaries. Let's see. Or not. Yeah, it's mercenaries. It's these tokens you can use to upgrade those little peepsqueaks. And the card that is... Oh, I think this guy is a mercenary. Trigor the Lasher, which is some sort of weird Hydra thing. Next we have mercenaries for Deathwing. That's not Deathwing, that's Baby Deathwing. Brightwing, Holmes, Murloc Holmes, Lokara, I couldn't really care less. And Cookie. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I know there are a lot of Warcraft fans that are head over heels for these mercenary characters, but I really couldn't care less for them. I think they're such a bad addition to Warcraft in general, but that's just my opinion. Because at the end of the day, just they feel out of place. But then again, so does World of Warcraft lately feel out of place with everything. Like, let's be honest, who wants to have the stupid dragonfly flying instead of the normal one? And then, you know, you're flying happily, trying to get somewhere and your dragon starts descending down. Come on, that's just dumb. Nemsi. Nemsi is the gnome chick that was once like a warlock hero you could get for Tavern Fire or some event like that you could host. That's kind of weird. Anyway, Ysera, Tyrande, King Mukla, Thrall, of course, best character ever, and Brightwing. We got Brightwing. I didn't got shards for Brightwing earlier. Anyway, let's do these. Under the sea, come stay with me. Blizzard is creepy. They're destroying everything under the sea. I don't know. It just made me think of that. Okay, I don't even remember where I got this car back from. Probably BFA or something like that. We have here Pelican Diver, Guard the City, Tidal Revenant, Tuskar Trawler, and Submerged Space Rock. So it's a meteorite that fell into the sea, huh? Not a big fan of it, to be honest. Let's see. Ashara's Sentinel. Ashazaran Sentinel. Should be Nightborn or something. Click Clocker, a robot lobster. Oh no. So in love with that. Treasure Guard, which is just a Naga. Good enough. Conquer's Call, whatever. This reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. That was a better game. Because there was this animist class you had in the game. And it could use like bells and other musical instruments to inflict various effects on enemies. Swift Scale Trickster. Belgrade, your next spell this turn costs 0. Nice. That's a nice card. Now we have the Borean Tundra. I think these are from this new weird expansion they have right now, the Death Knights. I think the time to have a Death Knight class kind of, you know, came and went with the release of the game and the Knights of the Frozen Throne. Let's see. Vitality Surge, Drake Fire Amulet. Discover, choose one of 3 cards at your hand, tradable. Drag this into your deck to spend 1 mana and draw a new card. Discover 2 dragons, summon them. Good enough, I guess. Clofberry Adept, give all other friendly characters +1 attack this turn. Okay, this sounds interesting. This really looks interesting. I kind of like this one. It's very reminiscent of the old cards and old buffs that druids could do, where they could just destroy everything. Luminous Geode, okay. I used to play Priest a lot. I used to like playing Priest. And then I get into a handlock thing, but then, yeah, stopped playing and cared about the story modes more. After friendly minion is healed, give it +2 attack. Okay, this is very good. I like that. And then we have Pathmaker. Cast the other choice from the last choose 1 spell you've cast. Could be useful, but not a big fan of it. No, I was never a big fan of the choose mechanic. Like, oh, here's these options. Pick one. And, you know, you get to points where sometimes none of them work. Deliverance, Legionnaire, Glory Chaser. After you play a taunt minion, draw a card. Whatever. Let's see. Smoke Screen. Draw 5 cards. Trigger any death rattle. Now these ones are interesting because they have Horde and Lion symbols, and I know they had like specific mini sets for them. And of course, faction war and Warcraft was always its bread and butter before Shadowlands and Dragonflight. So I'm kind of excited for this. Let's see what we get. That will get any legendary, but we'll see. Lion's Guard, nice. Oh, epic. Legend. It just wants me to eat my own words, it seems. Two-faced Investor. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a card in your hand by 1. 50% chance to increase. Oh yeah, this is a very nice mechanic. Yeah. I always wanted the chance to increase the cost of my cards. You know, it was 50% chance to lower it, so that's good. So again, let's see. Need for Greed. Draw 3 cards. If drawn this turn, this costs 3. Pretty good. Let's see what the epic is. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, add a random spell with the same cost to your hand. I guess it could work. Never was a big fan of the randomness of this game, but it was fun at times back in the day. Let's see what's the legendary. Cookie the Cook. Wait, didn't we already get Cookie for the mercenaries thing? I think we did. Was this Lifesteal, Death Rattle. Equip a 2/3 Stirring Rod with Lifesteal. A 3 was basically a 4/6 and the Lifesteal. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, I like it. But, you know, as they only did Priest, couldn't care less for that. Paladins blessed Sigil of Alacrity. The start of your next turn, draw a card and reduce cost by 1. Canos Logger, Rush, Lifesteal, and Overload. That's kind of a doozy, I guess. Discover a secret weapon or divine shield minion. Okay, let's see what the Barons have for us. Because we saw what the United Stormwind has. We get Crossroads Gossiper, Cleric of Anshi. Battlecry, if you restored health this turn, discover a spell from your deck. It's kind of weird, this one, and I don't really like the Cleric of Anshi. Not because it's a bad ability, but Anshi's like the sun deity of the, you know, Blood Elves, and this is a Tauren. Like, it doesn't really fit. Whatever. Venomous Scorpede. Poison. Discover Battlecry. Discover a spell. Nice. Peon. Always good to have Peon. Or have a Peon. And our rare is... It's a golden rare. Taint Heart Tormentor. Taunt. Your opponent's spell costs 2 more. Interesting, and it works for Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, Demon Hunter was a class in this game. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, come on, let's see what this one has. Judgment of Justice. When an enemy minion attacks, set its attack and health to 1. It's a secret, so that's good. It was always good to have secrets. Efficient Octobot. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. That's Frenzy as well. Or it comes with Frenzy. A one-time effect after the survives battle. Has 4 health for 3. Could be interesting. Deal 2 damage. Upgrade when you have 5 mana. And let me guess, you do like 5 damage. And another legendary. Okay, we got pretty lucky this time around. Apothecary's Caravan. At the start of your turn, summon a 1-cost minion from your deck. Okay, this could work with one of those old rushy warlocks. And let's see, legendary. We have. I don't think I can pronounce his name, but I know she's one of those mercenary characters. You know, when I talked earlier about characters that don't really fit in to the Warcraft world, this is like one of them. Xirelia, we'll just say. Battlecry, if you restored health on this turn, deal damage to all enemy minions. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I kind of like it. That's pretty good. And we have 42 more cards. This is gonna take a while. Let's go with the standard ones, because you have to keep the best for last. Was this standard or something else? I forgot. Schooling. Add 3/1/1 Piranha Swarmers to your hand. Doesn't seem that good to me, but whatever. Battlecry, your next fire spell has spell damage +2. Oh nice, did they split the mages into fire and ice, and maybe arcane? What's this rare in this one? Give all arcane spells in your hand +1 spell damage. There was something about resurrecting something or reborn. Open packs. Okay, we got... Oh, that's nice. We got a Trident. Ashfaran Trident. Death Rattle. Put a Sunken Trident on the bottom of your deck. Not a big fan of it. Especially if you end up top decking stuff like this, or hoping to top deck stuff like this. Cleanse the Scene. Destroy all minions with 3 or less attack. Infuse. 6 or more. What's Infuse? Upgrades in your hand after X friendly minions die. Infuse 3. Okay, this... I like this. I like this quite a bit. We also got, I think, a Priest card. Yeah, it's Priest. Battlecry, gain +1/+1 for each spell you've cast this turn. Could build up to something interesting. It's even good, the 2, 3, 4, 2. So, that's good. Next one. 3 Sweeper, yeah. Of course, there's a Broom, Bloodseeker, Honorable Kill. What mechanic is that? Deal exact lethal damage on your turn for a bonus. Gain 1/1/1/1/1. Okay, Honorable Kill it is. Our rare is Undying Disciple. Death Rattle. Deal damage equal to this minion's attack to all enemy minions. Okay, that works, especially if you buff it. Okay, that can work pretty well, I would say. Right now I'm just guessing how the old card used to be. We got a rare here, Moshran Watch Post. Can't attack after your opponent plays a minion. Summon a 2/2 Grunt. Okay, I can deal with that. I like that. Was the legendary? The legendary is Priestess Valige. Of course, something like that. Refresh an empty mana crystal for each spell you've cast this turn. And she's a 0/1/1. Nice. Now, I'm not seeing it as a good opening to start her in the beginning, but this can really come in a clutch very early on. Especially if you conserve some mana and some spells. Why am I talking like I know stuff about this game? I haven't known stuff about this game for years at this point. 2 shards of the Naru. Tradable. Silence all enemy minions. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Something that specifically targets the enemy minions. Like, there was that, I think, 1 mana spell that silenced everything, but it one's better because it silences only the enemy. And what do we have here? Vile Library. Give a friendly minion +1/+1 for each imp you control. Why is the card so different like this? Yeah, this is one thing I'm not getting. Why is this like this? It has like 2 armor. Just strange. Because it's not the hero card that replaces you. Might it be one of those random things you had to do in some events, I think? Like you had the totems for Rasakan's Rumble back in the day. And you had to keep them alive. Let's see. Ashran's Gardens. Noxious Infiltrator. Poisonous. Battlecry. If a friendly undead died after your last turn, deal 1 damage to a minion. Shattered Skin Gargoyle and Illuminate. If it's a spell, reduces cost by 3. Nice. Next up, we'll have, let's see, Vitality Surge, Man at Arms. Oh, we got the, okay, let's go to the rare one. Scribbling Stenograph. Rush costs 1 less for each card you've played this turn. Interesting. Battlecry, when your opponent draws a card, next turn they take 2 damage. Oh, that's good. Unfortunately, it's only a battle. It reminds me of the cool stuff that's in Horus Heresy Legions, where if you play Alpha Legion, you get to have these sleeper operatives, they're called, and every time the enemy draws a card, you take like 1 damage for it. And the funny thing is that they get put on his side of the board, and they offer more, how should I say, it blocks some of his presence and some of his movements and strategies by doing that. I guess this one that goes like, oh, next turn when he draws a card, he takes 2 damage also works. Though I am more fond of, you know, Horus Heresy Legions in this. Blazing Power, oh nice, golden. Give a minion +1/+1, repeat for each damage friendly character, nice. Anyway, we just got our rare, which is Objection Secret. When your opponent plays a minion, counter it. Wait, did it? I think I read counter, like there was one other card that also had counter before. Okay, I get it. Now I understand the basis of this game is basically Magic the Gathering, and they took some stuff from there. But they even brought in countering, which is funny. Oh well, what can I do? Let's see, got the rare, and the rare is Seed of Destruction, and we also got Tinfin's Caravan. It's a bunch of what I think is baby Murlocs. No, there's one baby Murloc that kind of leads the caravan there. I like the art design for this card. I think it's my favorite from everything I've seen until now, is the art design for the Tinfin's Caravan. What would the Seed of Destruction do? Shuffle 4 Rifts into your deck. They summon a 3/3 Dread Imp when drawn. And Tinfin's Caravan, at the start of your turn, draw Murloc. That's a good card. This is a card that should be protected. Not only because of its effect, but because it's cute. So I don't know what to say. Next we have... oh well. Always manage to click the rare ones. Copycat. And there's an evil cat there, reminds me of Dragon Age. Add a copy of the next card your opponent plays to your hand. Cool. I like it. Let's see what next we have here. Maybe I'll not click the rare card instantly. And we have Outrider's Axe. After your hero attacks and kills a minion, draw a card. That sounds cool. What's this? Bibliomite. Oh my god, those are one of those dumb creatures from Shadowlands. I hate those. Battlecry, choose a card in your hand to shuffle into your deck. Yeah. You're as annoying in this game as you were in Shadowlands. It seems I am cursed to never escape that nightmare. Anyway, what do we get here? Coilfang Constrictor. Battlecry, look at 3 cards in your opponent's hand and choose 1. It can be played next turn. Nice, I guess. What's with this symbol? Wait, after your hero attacks and kills a minion, gain 2 corpses. Corpses reduce resource gain when a friendly minion dies. I think this is the symbol that has corpses. Oh, interesting. Like, how do you unlock Death Knight? Now I'm curious about that. Oh, we just started with the epic and the legendary. Oh no. I didn't really plan that. I just push randomly, but anyway. Vengeful Spirit. Outcast. Draw 2. Death Rattle minions. Good. Our legendary is Darkan Dratir. Oh really? They brought him back. Well, why not? Drag everything from old Warcraft into it. Let's see how much you can butcher it more. What does this card do? Lifesteal. At the end of your turn, deal 6 damage to the enemy hero. It's a 6/6 that does 6 damage. And this is a continuous effect. So you better pray that the opponent has nothing to really kill this. But even if it does just 6 damage by its own loathsome ability, I think it's pretty good. But you know, 8 for 6/6, yeah, that this thing needs to survive a little. Like the first 6/6 is good, and the next one will be extra value from it. But again, I don't know, I'm just speaking whatever I see in these cards. Way bigger to Horus Heresy Agents. Let's see. Flightless Magistrate. Yeah, makes sense. And we have, what's the rare for this one? Soul Barrage. When you play or discard this, deal 6 damage, randomly split among all enemies. Okay. I guess if you have 2 of them in your deck, that could be useful. But it seems way too situational for me. Let's see what else we have here. The rare, and what's the rare for this one? Gear Grubber. Taunt. If you end your turn with any unspent mana, reduce this card's cost by 1. I guess how much could you reduce her? Like how fast could you get to play her? Well, it's turn 1. Let's say you do nothing and you have her in her hand. She turns into a 3. If it's turn 2. Like turn 3, but by the time she turns into 2 for 4 or 5, doesn't it seem kind of late though? Overall, well, I guess a turn 3, 4, 5 is good in a way. You know, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, come on, rare, and it's Chaos Leech. That's a cool name. I like that. Lifesteal. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Outcast. Deal 5 instead. And it still has lifesteal, so that's good. That's a good way to heal yourself as a demon hunter. Okay, now we have our rare there, so we know how to click. Oh no. What happens? Let's see. First one is Wings of Hate, rank 1. Summon 2 1/1 Fell Wings. Upgrades when you have 5 mana. Kind of weird that's a demon hunter card and it summons like dragons and it has the image of a dragonoid on it. Doesn't seem that fitting, but then again, I guess some things are not supposed to be fitting in this game. Alec Mount. Give a minion +4/+7 and taunt. When it dies, summon an Alec. It's a priest card. But that's pretty interesting way to buff your units, especially since we got one of those earlier that dealt its attack to the enemies when it died. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good combo. Oh no. Clicked the rare intentionally. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Mana Thirst. 6. Draw that many cards. Bonus if you have X mana crystals. God, they put in a bunch of mechanics I'm not familiar to. Dredge. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Put one on top. Nice. And for 2 damage. And no Overlord for a Shaman. Okay. This card is just... It's Chef's kiss when it comes to Shamans. At some point I got kind of bored with all the overload mechanics. And I kind of gave up on Shaman. Okay, we got a legendary. That's surprising. What do we have? We have Alexandro Smograin. Battle Cry. For the rest of the game, deal 3 damage to your opponent at the end of your turns. Wait a minute. For the rest of the game, deal 3 damage to your opponent at the end of your turns. What is this card? Oh my god, what is up with it? Is the power leveling, the power spike in Hearthstone so big that now something like this exists? A 7/7. Well, a 7 for 7/7, whatever. You get the idea. And a constant 3 damage for the rest of the game to the enemy? Like, if you think about it, it needs like 3 turns to pay itself way more in value. And you get a 7/7 body for it. Now, this is a good one. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good legendary. The power spike, though, seems not that good in a way. But let's see. Our next one is Battle Vicar, if you will. Discover a holy spell. Nice. 2 for 1/3. And you get the spell. So that works, I guess. Next one we have... Please don't let me... Okay. We got a Golden Stormwind Avenger, though. And a Shatter Shambler. 1 for 1/3. Battlecry, your next Death Rattle minion costs 1 less, but immediately dies when played. I guess that's one way to activate your little... What's it called? Death Rattle minions faster. But you know. Not into rogue that much. And I just screwed it up again. I have this talent of always clicking the more important cards, not, you know, building up anticipation to it. So let's see, Eversong Portal. Summon 1 4/4 links with Rush. Improve by spell damage. Improve by spell damage. I guess that means if you have like +1 spell damage, it becomes a 5/5. Which still is good. Or it could be like 2 4/4s. Now that's even more dangerous. Build a snowman. Do you wanna build a snowman? No, you don't really wanna do that. Summon a 3/3 snowman that freezes. Add build a snow brute to your hand. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna give the snow brute to something stronger. And Gaia the Technotite. After a friendly make attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemies. What's Colossal? Colossal plus X. When summoned, spawn X additional appendages. Also, it's like in Horus Heresy Legions, where you have Titans and Knights, well, especially Titans and Reaver Titans. They have like extra bodies, they have hands and cannons and stuff. Okay, that's interesting. But of course, in Heresy Legions, those are hero characters like Thrall or Jaina or Anduin. Anyway, let's move here. Everything. Okay, rare and then epic. You see, I'm doing it good this time around. We got Multicaster. Draw a card for each different spell school you've cast this game. And Energy Shaper. Battlecry. Transform all spells in your hand into ones that cost 2 more. They keep the original cost. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that one. Very useful. You can get more powerful cards for the same cost. But, you know, I'm not really sure what can outmatch a Fireball, but sure. Moving on. We're almost close with these cards, and by the way things are going, I think they're more like, what are they called? They come standard packs. That's what they're called. Standard packs. Okay. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. And another epic. Let's see what this epic is. Ashen Elemental. We already have one of these. Huh. Interesting. Could make my sleeper operative deck from Horus Heresy Legions with this. Of course, it's not really that I have those cards in Heresy Legions. I just have it in the story mode whenever I can get them. So, yeah. I'm doing the best with what I have. Billboards, and we have here another one of these things. Cathedral of Atonement. Give a minion +1/+2 and +2/+1 and draw a card. It doesn't really explain, but it has like, it costs 3 and has like 3 defense, 3 armor. I'm not really sure what the deal was with these. I don't think I'll ever understand at this point. And we have, come on. Okay, a simple rare this time around. No biggie. We had a bunch of good luck until now. Perpetual Flame. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy minion. If it dies, recast this. Overload 1. Makes sense, that's an Overload 1. To be honest, and for 2 mana, 3 damage. Pretty good. Except in those cases where you have cards that are like 1/4 or 1. That's not gonna be that useful. Oh no, I clicked the epic card again. Whatever. We have Overdraft. Tradable. Unlock your overloaded mana crystals to deal damage. What do you mean overload? Did they put overload? No, okay, it's a shaman card. I thought it was a mage card for a moment. I don't know why. Feast and Famine. Ah, this is nice. That's one of the wretched from the Blood Oaths trying to touch Blood Knight. Give your hero +3 attack this turn. Mana thirst 4 and lifesteal. For mana thirst 4, you get lifesteal. Nice. Hey, lifesteal was always a good mechanic to have. What do we have here? We have a Jaren Mooncatcher. Divine Shield. Battlecry. Put a Sunken Mooncatcher on the bottom of your deck. I'm not a big fan of these cards. Like, oh, you put it at the bottom of the deck, haha. When Hearthstone first began, I really wanted it to be like a real physical card game. But then the more absurd it got and the more random, yeah, I kinda got over it. Iron Deep Throg. After your opponent casts a spell, summon another Iron Deep Throg. Okay, anyway, the Trogs were specifically created to be anti-mages, I think, for this game. You know, the Trog that gets stronger the more spells the opponent uses, or the one that creates another version of himself. So this one's like the cheaper version, I would say. Devote Dungeoneer. Draw a spell. If it's a holy spell, reduces cost by 2. Nice. It works really well with those Priest decks, full holy. Let's see, what else do we have here? Another rare, and it's Bracing Cold. Restore 5 health to your hero. Reduce the cost of a random spell in your hand by 2. For only 2 mana. Huh. That's good. That's good. That's very good. I would say so. If I dared, you know. Rare, and what do we have here? Northwatch Commander. Battlecry. Control secret, draw a minion. Not the biggest fan of that one. To be fair, not the biggest fan of that one. So let's see what this one has for us. Defias Blast Fisher? Okay. Seems a little bit overkill if you ask me. And our rare is Paralytic Poison. Give your weapon +1 attack, and your hero is immune while attacking. Nice. I like it. Especially if you have a good weapon with it. What else do we have here? Oh no, I pressed the thing again. Yeah, you see another Death Knight card. I'm gonna have to look into how you get the Death Knight class. Give your hero +5 health. Spend 3 corpses to gain 5 more and draw a card. Interesting. And it's now that I realize we have Castle Naratia cards left. A whole bunch of them. But again, you have to understand, I kind of just got all these cards here for free. So I guess at some point it might have been worth it under Paralytic Poison. No point in talking about it. I guess at some point if you want to come back to this game, God knows why you would do that. So, you know, you have something here to help you out, I guess. Especially if you get those like 10 packs randomly that they give out now for the Feast of Wintervale. Could work. Let's see, Leatherworking Kit. After 3 friendly beasts die, draw a beast and give it +1/+1. Lose 1 durability. Not that great in my opinion. Like, to use it until it breaks normally, you have to lose like 9 creatures. Then you draw like... Yeah, that doesn't seem that useful to me. But who knows, I'm just a pleb. Conviction. Give a random friendly minion +3 attack. Upgrade when you have 5 mana. Might become a 4 attack or 5. Still pretty good. These cards that upgrade don't really seem to be that bad. Clearly they have some strategic element to them. The whole waiting thing. Frostweave Dungeoneer. Draw a spell. If it's a frost spell, summon 2 1/1 elemental. And that freeze. Okay. Freeze is always a good thing. I always like freeze. Okay. Purity, and what's our rare this time? Flanking Maneuver. Summon a 4/2 demon with rush. If it dies this turn, summon another. Does this continue infinitely, for example? That would be pretty fun if it did that. You continue to infinitely create 4/2 demons with rush until at some point you're gonna stop because there's gonna be no more enemies left for it to kill. I wish that would be how it would work. That would be fun. Well, it would be fun for only one side involved, not for the other. But you know, nobody really cares about that anymore. Curse of Agony. Shuffle 3 agonies into the opponent's deck. They deal fatigue damage when drawn. So that means they will increase. At first, 1 damage, so like 6 damage. But the catch is that your opponent has to draw them. So I guess they will work better against a deck that, you know, has some strong drawing power. Or if ever that becomes a thing or was a thing. Due Process. For the rest of the game, players draw an extra card at the start of their turn. Yeah. Kind of works if you're... So these things are good because they kind of work against each other. But reminds me of Shadowlands and I don't want to go back to Shadowlands. Oh no, I clicked the rares before again. Stormpike Battle Ram. Rush Death Rattle. Your next beast costs 2 less. Ajaren Ritual. Silence a minion and summon a copy of it. Put a Sunken Ritual on the bottom of your deck. Nice. We used to have this thing at some point with where you had a Watcher and the Watcher couldn't attack, and it was like you pay like 2 or 3 for a 4/5, and you just silence it, and I created a copy of it, and that was cool. And you had like 2. It was hard to beat that as a priest, or when you played a priest. Let's see what Shadowlands, more Shadowlands in fact, has for us. Afterlife Attendant. Your infused cards also infuse while on your deck. Infuse, upgrade in hand after X friendly minions die. We have any infuse here? No. It would have been nice if I could have like an example of infuse. And come on, come on, come on. 2 rares. We got the Relic of Phantasms, which is also a rare, but also a golden card. Summon 2/1/1 spirits. Improve your future relics. And we got Suspicious Pirate. You don't say. Battle Cry. Discover a weapon. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. Huh. Okay. Say so. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, an epic and a rare. What's our epic? What's our rare? Hubby's Corpses. Discover a friendly minion to resurrect and give it rush. If it dies at the end, it dies at the end of the turn. Okay, that's an interesting thing. And we have Mysterious Visitor. Battle Cry. Reduce the cost of cards copied from your opponent by 2. Huh. Okay, that works, I guess. Like, as I'm not familiar with these whole Shadowlands mechanics, I don't want to go back there. Think it's a good thing? I don't know. Framester. Shuffle 3 framed cards into the opponent's deck. When drawn, they overload for 2. Nice. I like this. No longer is the shaman being the one screwed with overload. It's giving overload to the other people as well. That's pretty cool. Finally, some justice for shaman. Okay, next. Oh no, we did it again. I promise I'm gonna stop at some point, but it's a long road through that. It was weird anyway. Theft Acquisition. Choose the minion. Destroy it after you play a card copied from the opponent. Okay, that works, I guess. That works too, as sort of a clear for a bigger monster. But I kind of saw videos about this Castle Naratia thing, and it was like somebody just put the naturist and just insta-killed the opponent, so you know. Yeah, but then again, I saw what Alexandros Mogren can do, and I am no longer surprised. At the end of your turn, summon a random basic totem. Infuse 2. Summon 2 instead. So after 2 friendly minions die, you can summon 2 totems instead of 1. Or, no wait. Yeah, it's totems. I guess it works, I don't know. I'm not really feeling that card, if you know. Oh, legendary. We got the Stone Right. Battle Cry. For the rest of the game, your totems have +2 attack. Oh, this is the annoying one that created the gargoyles after the Dreadlords were sent away from the Shadowlands. And then we just got... Oh yeah, and then it has this stupid arc where she kind of technically joins with the Resistance and Revendreth. But her area is still filled with gargoyles and stuff, and they're still hostile towards you. Yeah, I don't like it. But then again, I never liked anything about Shadowlands. Okay, maybe I think there was a mount. Was there? Okay, this was a nice clutch. We got Cleanse the Scene. We already had that one. Spirit Poachers. Summon a random dormant wild seed. Okay. And Totem Tampering. Shuffle one cost copies of cards in your hand into your deck. Then discard your hand. I'm not seeing how that could be useful. Except if you have the card that does damage, maybe after you discard it, and the one that lets you pick a card that was discarded, I don't know, was dead. I don't know. Another Vile Library. Still don't know what kind of cards those are. Constructs, maybe? I don't know. Try to discover. Let's see. And we have Crocked Cook. At the end of your turn, if you deal 3 damage or more damage to the enemy hero, draw a card. Okay. Weird, that's a task card I was cooking, I guess. Makes sense. Oh no, I just did it again. It's another Framester. You know, I like getting Framesters. In a way, it makes a lot of sense. It's time for others to suffer just as shamans did all those years ago. Divine Toll. Okay, I found the one thing I liked about the Shadowlands, and it was this tiny little ow people. Yep, I like them. They're kind of cute. And the best thing about the Shadowlands, because there was no good thing except the owl people. They're cute. Divine Toll, shoot 5 rays at random minions. They give friendly minions +2/+2 and deal 2 damage to enemy minions. Nice. That's a good way to buff your own units. Especially if there's only like a few of them. But I guess the text there kind of indicates that there need to be more. Theft Acquisition, we already did this one. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any other weirder cards in here. So, come on. Ah, no. Got you. You thought you got me, but you didn't. Party Favorite Totem. Okay, we already done this one. Like 28 more cards left to go. Kind of also planning to do some PvPing. Not in Hearthstone, but in World of Warcraft. But yeah, it's getting kind of late. Deathborn. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Summon a 2/2 Vault House Hilton for each killed. Again, a more icy wave clear for mages. I guess that's good. I know that at least. What those were. Another Divine Toll. That is, you know, we can never have too many Divine Tolls. The more owl cute people you get, the better. Funny enough, people used to think during Shadowlands that one of the Shadowlands races is gonna join and be an allied race. Let's see what we get here. Life sentence, remove a minion from the game. Good. Door of Shadows. Draw a spell, infuse 2. Add a temporary copy of it to your hand. Nice, that could work. Especially with some of those combo rules from back in the day. But I'm just, you know, talking about stuff I don't know. Steam Cleaner, Battle Cry. Destroy all cards in both players' decks that didn't start there. I guess the copy of the Battle of the Priest isn't gonna be that good with this. Impending Catastrophe. Draw a card. Repeat for each imp you control. Is the Imp Warlock like supposed to be their new archetype thing? Is like their main tribe now is imps? Well, sure they can go with something else, but you can also go with imp. The same way things happen with the Goblin tribes for red. Okay, we know Afterlife Attendant. Castle Kennels. Give a friendly minion +2 attack. If it's a beast, give it rush. What does this card mean? Anyway, I think I'll find out at some point if I'm still stuck in the game or something. Let's see. Okay, that's the rare. Not clicking it. And, oh, 2 rares. Good enough. Due process in Cathedral of Atonement. But this one's golden. Nice. Funny enough, I got a bunch of golden cards in this thing. More than you usually used to get back in the day. Yeah, they became less stingy with it, the more greedy they became with their whole microtransaction currency. This one. Let's see what else we have here. And Weapon Expert. If you have a weapon equipped, give it +1/+1. Otherwise, draw a weapon. Good. I think it's good. Helps a little, to be honest. I could see that working pretty well, in fact. Oh no. Suspicious Usher. Yeah, looks like a vampire. What isn't suspicious about it? Battle Cry. Discover a legendary minion. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. Interesting. Kinda risky. But let's remember there's the Battle Cleaner there that kind of gets rid of all the copies of things from both decks. So there is an option, a solution to your enemy knowing what you got, or guessing in this case. Contra Cruncher, golden. Collateral Damage. Deal 6 damage to 3 random enemies. Excess damage hits the enemy hero. Okay, that works. I like that. Reminds me of these are the old arcane shots and other shots hunters used to have. Habasi Collapse, we already know that one. There was like one that was the Imposter. which was still for Warlock, funnily enough. So I guess that's gonna be their main tribe in this expansion. Suffocating Shadows. When you play or discard this, destroy a random enemy minion. Okay, I like it. Not as good as the card that lets shamans overload other people, but it's good. Suspicious Alchemist, another vampire. Battle Cry. Discover a spell. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. More of that guess the choice. Another one of these cards, I don't know what they do. Sinstone Graveyard. Summon a 1/1 Stilted Ghost. Has +1/+1 for each card you play this turn. Nice, more of an end game thing. Kind of the same vein of Endwood and Van Cleef. And Solid Alibi. Until your next turn, your hero can only take 1 damage at a time. That's a pretty good one. And another way for mages to cheat death. What else do we have here? And Crooked Cook, of course. There was the Stoneborn General, which is one of those annoying gargoyles from Shadowlands. Epic and rare. Weapons Expert and Gigantotem. Cost 1 less for each totem you summon this game. So let's make out a calculation. And first turn, this is gonna turn into a 9. No, first turn. And let's say it's first turn, but you get the coin. This is gonna turn into a 9. Second turn, this is gonna turn into a 8. Third turn, 7. Fourth turn, 6. Fifth turn, you're gonna be able to summon it. But of course, there's a little bit of a problem with it since it doesn't really seem to have any other ability. But it is an 8/8. So that's gonna hit hard for like turn 5. But the enemy might also have other strong units they can afford to sacrifice away. Collateral Damage, Totem Tampering, and Sinful Brand. Brand an enemy minion. Whenever it takes damage, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. Okay. Could work on something like the Giganto Totem. If you think about it and you hit the low level stuff in it. Lot of Sin. Summon 2/2/2 Trents. Infuse 5. 2 5/5 Ancients instead. Okay. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. I think we already saw Dispose of Evidence. Okay, 11 more. We're gonna be done with this. I'm pretty faster than I assumed initially. Okay, whatever. We have Relic of Phantasm, a normal version this time around. Oh, Priest card. Clear Conscious. Give a friendly minion +2/+3, and only you can target this with spells and hero powers. Awesome. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Very good, in fact. Next, we have Relic Vault. The relic you played this turn casts twice. Another one of these lunatic cards, or construction cards, should I say. Let's see. Next one is Nightcloak Sanctum. Freeze a minion. Summon 2 Vault House Skeletons. Of course, it's another one of those construct things. I gotta learn how they work eventually, or not. Depends on how willing I am to open this game again after I uninstall it. Torghast, of course. Torghast, the worst place ever. Torghast Custodian. Battle Cry. For each enemy minion, randomly gain Rush, Divine Shield, or Wind Fury. Yeah, makes sense. Funny how the image for that card was the hand of Torghast, or whatever that stupid secret mount. That's a hand. Invitation Courtier. After a card is added to your hand from another class, copy it. And Class Action Lawyer. The golden card. Battle Cry. If your deck has no neutral cards, set a minion's stats to 1/1. Okay. Not really sure its effect is really that worth it, to be fair, since I think there's some pretty good neutral cards that, should be here. Reg Vault, we already know. And we got Teotar, the Mad Duke. Battle Cry. Discover a card in each player's hand and swap them. Risky, but he is not. You're not. You don't get to be the Mad Duke for nothing. And all that exposure to sunlight, you know, is gonna affect his brain somehow. Sanguine Debts deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +2 attack. This is the dungeon they had, and Giganto Totem. Okay, 4 more and we're done here. Come on, nothing? Okay, like 3 rares. Dispose Soul, Battlecry to control location. That's what they're called, locations. Discover a copy of a card in your deck. That's what they call locations, not structures. Mischievous Imp, Battlecry. Summon a copy of this. Infuse 3. Summon 3. No, that would have been fun. Summon 2 copies of it instead. And Spirit Poacher, Battlecry. Summon a Dormant Wealthy. We already know this one. We saw it. But this one's golden. I think they increased the chance of golden cards, to be honest. Which is interesting, because I think the only way back in the day was just to craft them. Another location. Great Hall. The minions attack and health to 3. I think we got one of these in the beginning. Well, that's kind of fun. Okay. There have been a few legendaries in this which are interesting. Disposal, we already have. What's this? Creepy painting. It looks a bit like some sort of chibi Denatrius in here. After another minion dies, become a copy of it. Works? Yes? I forgot what the cost for it. Oh well. And the final hand, I think, has only a rare, but that's good enough. Because it's Castle Kennels. And also Incriminating Psychic, which is a Draconoid. Taunt and Death Rattle, copy a random card from your opponent's hand. And this has been the whole deck thingy we've got, or deck pack opening, whatever you want to call it. Because, you know, it is that, in fairness. And they gave a lot of stuff. Oh, they also added a campaign for this. I think it's mostly app, and I think it's the same as the Ashes of Outland. So I might not throw you out of the window and uninstall you, Hearthstone. Not yet. Let's see what you do to artists. But for now, this is gonna be all. And I'll leave you and see you in the next one.